right, Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football here at American Conference Media Days. We've got Ed Oliver. I think you've heard of him, sitting next to us here. I'm thinking they have. Not exactly. So how do you improve? That's what people would want to know. They look at the stat sheet. They look at the NFL scouting reports, projected top 10 selection, if not number one. How do you get better? How do you drive to get better?
Yeah, you look at yourself at face value, and you look at what you're bad at, and you look at what you're good at, and you take the bad and make it better than the good, and that's how you get better. You focus on on the bad, and just try to bring it up to par with your good, and dibble and dabble, and just motivate yourself to get better.
Because this has been the deal for you since coming out of high school. You had a target on your back. Okay, this is the number one guy in the country. He's going to Houston. And so opponents, scouts, coaches, the whole deal. Yeah, having a good time. You have a good time in opponents' backfields too. But you would think a guy like you would take downs off. He would think, okay, I got it made. I can make the plays when I want to, and you don't.
I've always been like that, a hardworking guy. We weren't allowed to take plays off in high school, and it should be no different in college. And that's just the way I was brought up. That's the culture that's been instilled inside me. And then compile that with the way University of Houston runs their program. And it was my high school times too. So it's just enforcing what was already enforced in me. So it's not in me to take plays off. It's not something that I was able to do or allowed to do. It's not the normal for me. So that's why I just don't do it.
So you guys have the reputation of being a favorite when you're playing within your conference in the Group of 5 level. You guys step up to play a Louisville or a Florida State like you did a few years ago, and you're a big underdog. And then you guys pull through on the national stage. You guys are used to doing this even when you're doubted.
It's just where we come from and in the city that we come from, because most of us from Houston. So, just the mentality of the team, and it's just things like that, and just compile that with excellent coaching. And, the world is out there for you to grab, because an athlete is an athlete. The same athletes that go here are the same athletes who did what they're supposed to do in high school and went on to go to Alabama and places like that. So that the athletes is the same athletes. It's just on what level they came out of high school at, and then how good your strength staff develops them. And our strength staff does a great job. So we're playing with the same athletes everybody else playing with.
And you talk about the coaching. Well, the coaching has changed. So Tom Herman and his staff, they leave. Major Applewhite comes in. So how's that transition been for you guys?
Coaching changed, but no drop-off. You change coaches, but the same players are still there. The same players who won versus Louisville and won versus Oklahoma, we're still here. So, like I'm saying, a little bit goes to coaching, but your players, the same players that won that game are still here, and the same culture is still installed, and it's still being preached every day. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth football. So the culture is still the same. All you gotta do is call the plays, and we're gonna go execute.
Yeah, so you talk about calling plays. So quarterbacks are known for game preparation, then probably offensive line for being smart guys that need to understand the chemistry in the unit. How much of it's just pure talent for you? How much do you need to prepare and get better?
Like I said in the tweet, I'm not better than anybody. I think I just play harder, longer. If you watch some of my games, I normally come on around the second quarter, third, fourth, probably the first half all right. First quarter all right, but the third through the fourth is where I really just keep pounding on old linemen, and they give up after a while. Just like a running back hitting the same holes and keep pounding. Before long, he busts one. So just pound on old linemen. They can't handle it. They can only handle so much. So, just keep pounding on them.
Well, no doubt. But when you've got 2 or 3 on you, does that get frustrating?
Hey, I train like I'm gonna have 2 or 3 on me. So when you train different, you're able to play at high levels.
You hear the NFL scouting reports. You know what's out there. You know what's coming. Is it difficult to focus day to day knowing that that's what you're going to have to deal with, and it's a good thing?
No, the only thing I'm worried about right now is winning a conference title with my guys, and going on and putting a ring on our finger, not only from the conference title but from a bowl game. Since I've been here, we haven't won, so that's a big thing to play for guys like Garrett Davis, a fifth-year senior, guys like Derek King, and some of the guys that came in like Speedy, and which he hasn't touched the field yet. So Speedy and Keith and Dixie, all those guys that I came in with, just winning the ring, because I know this year is more than likely going to be my last year, and just winning one for those guys and having those times to cherish with my team and leaving a legacy, honestly.
So we know you like the football grind, but not necessarily the media grind. So I appreciate you stopping by.
No problem.
Thanks, man.